In this tutorial, I demonstrate you how to set up the AutomationML editor to get access to your GitHub repository and how to share the access to your GitHub repository with others so that they also can access your GitHub repository. We open the menu Extras, Configure ML Library Space. From here, we select a new access profile for GitHub. Here you have the choice between read access and write access. First, we create read access. We give this service a name, for instance, my public GitHub read only. Then you have your repository name, the repository owner, in your case, it's your name. Then we don't need an access token because we use the public access, but we need to configure the folder structure. We add a profile for the library file. Here are the libraries. We add a profile for the library collection files and the example files. This is according to our folder structure. You can rename these folders here and in the GitHub if you like, and you can combine them in one folder if you want. But in this case, we use the default structure. You can check the access by pressing this button for each of these folders. Or you can check the access to all the folders in sum by pressing this button. Then we save the profile and store it somewhere. If you want to distribute this access profile to others, you can just send them this file. Open the gearbox here, open the folder and send this file around to your colleagues and friends. They can copy this file into exactly the same folder, and after restarting, the access is there. By file add reference to the ML library space, here we already find the access. It's still empty. Now let's configure a read and write access profile. We follow the same steps. We add GitHub, we select write access, my GitHub read write. I enter the repository name, the repository owner. Now we need to copy the personal access token and we need to configure the folder structure. We can check the access by pressing this button. And now we have one step left, the signature folder. To calculate the signature of an AutomationML file after publishing, we need a key. And the key is usually stored locally in a protected place that you define. But you can store it at the GitHub. But we don't want to have it on the public GitHub because a key is not public. Therefore, for the signing data, there is a special arrangement here, because here you can name a second GitHub repository. We recommend a private GitHub repository. I've prepared this repository name and another access token, and I can check the access to this repository by pressing this button. It's green. So we are done. Now we have prepared our read and write access profile. I'm going to store it. It's stored in the same folder as before. You find it again here by clicking the gearbox and the service profiles, and then you have here different profiles which you can send around. Now we can publish libraries. What do we have achieved? You can now provide access to your GitHub repository to all AutomationML editors in the world globally, or to a limited group of people that you want to.